Celebrity Rehab, day 15. I just want to take a moment to look at how brown my skin is. I've been going tanning at the gym that I go to. Yes, tanning. And every time I go there and I'm like, hi, can you set me up on the tanning? They always look at me like, tanning? I say yes. And they'll be like, do you have your eyewear? Bam, bitch. Yes, I do. Because my therapist recommended tanning to me like 2 years ago because I was just like super depressed, obviously living in Yellowknife. Black people aren't supposed to live up there because it's good for vitamin D. And also, I didn't want to be light skinned. But like, look at how brown my skin is. Okay, so enough of that. Celebrity Rehab day 15. Last night was a really rough fucking night for me. Even though the day went okay, after therapy, I went to the gym, did my little workout routine, went tanning, stopped by the grocery store, and I walked there and back. And it was like really nice weather. It was sweater weather yesterday. So I took off my jacket. I was in my little sweater. I got back to home because this is home for the next couple of months. And I cooked. And after that, I sat down and I was listening to this crazy ass audiobook that I started, and I just felt so fucking dead. I don't know how else to describe it. I felt like a dead person. I just sat like this. And I was like, I think that maybe I need to cry, but it's not coming out. And so I went in the shower and I just laid on the floor and I put that hot water on and I put my healing playlist on. And I was weeping. I was weeping and talking to myself. Yesterday just felt very, I don't know what about it made it feel so hopeless. I was like, first of all, this program, I feel like is the hardest thing I've ever had to fucking do. And I've done a lot of hard shit in my life. My life ain't never been easy. And I was like, why did I choose to do this to myself? When are things gonna get better? I was not feeling hopeful. I just felt like not human. I was like, do I even exist? It's just been a lot. I'm very lonely. Very, very, the loneliness has been excruciating. Having to do this kind of hard work and then come back to yourself, which it's like not a bad thing that I have myself, but fuck, I just wanted to be held yesterday. And so it was really tough. And so I ended up reaching out to my male friends. And, they were very, very helpful. The first one I talked to, I just let him ramble. I think I just needed like company. And he's like he makes me feel very safe. So I was like, I got on FaceTime with him and I couldn't even help it. I just started, even though tears just kept falling out. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I think I'm just crying because I feel safe with you. And I talked with him for a couple of hours. And then my best friend Taylor called me and, he gave me one of his gladiator speeches. He always be like, I know you think I'm so smart and I always know what to say. You do, bitch. You do know what to say. And I think that the thing that really hit me that he reminded me is like, he said that you're doing this because you love yourself. And I guess I just never thought of it that way. I think it's very easy for me to believe not only am I not lovable, but that and that I don't deserve love, but that I don't love myself because, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I did, I wouldn't have been through this. If I did, this, that, the third. But this is very much a radical act of self-love, processing all of this trauma so I can hopefully come out, I don't know, whole, better. I don't know what's on the other side of this. That's, I think, one of the scariest parts. A lot of days I feel like I'm going to have to be in this program forever to even get a fraction of the healing that I need for all of the shit that I've been through. And it's been feeling very hopeless, even though my wellness team is always like, we're going to hold the hope for you, even if you don't want to hold it. If you can't feel the hope for yourself right now, until you're ready to feel hopeful, we will be hopeful for you. but I've just not been feeling hopeful. But I was able to, get a good cry. You know when you cry and you have a fucking headache afterward? I was even feeling nauseous after crying last night with my friend on FaceTime. But I woke up this morning, had a weird ass dream. I had a dream I was back in high school and my wig was like, I was actually wearing it like a hat with no wig cap. And then I was naked at work. It was weird. But I went in. Today was a group day. And it was last day for the two other people I'm in group with. So I was kind of, I don't know, sad about that. Even though it's like not a bad thing. Because I guess I'm doing this program for like at least 3 months. I think it's because of my intake sessions. They said, yeah, 1 month is not going to do it, baby. But I was like, I actually enjoyed being in group. I think just knowing that I'm not alone in like trying to do better and be better and seek out like help and support and healing, especially with people from like different demographics and age groups and everything. It was comforting. So knowing that I'm going to be with like a new group, not next week, but the week after, I was like, damn, I was just getting used to y'all. But I think today is like one of the best days that I've had in group session, not because it was like anything like life changing, but we started out with making these little paracord keychain. Hold on, let me see if I can find mine. The shit was hard. I'm not gonna lie, the shit was hard. We made this little thing. It's a bunch of knots. And that was the first group session that we did, but we also worked on like a contingency wellness plan that we can look back to as like wellness tools when we're going through it. And so the first part of it is your wellness tools. So for mine, I put like journaling, doing puzzles. I've really been into puzzles lately ever since I've decreased my weed intake. And I realized that a lot of me smoking weed was like needing to do something with my hands and like my mouth too. Like I just needed the rolling, it keeps me busy. So doing puzzles and like listening to music or audiobooks has been helping fight those urges, I guess. I will smoke like every once in a while, not because I'm like, but just because, I'm like, why not? So journaling, doing puzzles, calling my friends, swimming, playing with kids, and coloring are all of some of my wellness tools. And then like the second part of that is like, what am I like when I am well? And that was kind of a hard part for me to answer because I realized that like it could be very performative. So I'm like, what am I actually like when I'm well? And so one of them was like, I'm happy and humorous. I'm clean. Like when my mental health starts to go down, the first thing out the door is that hygiene, baby. I'm not ashamed to say the first thing. So when I'm clean and I smell good, that means I'm well. When I feel creative, when I'm energetic and I feel social, like I want to socialize. And then the next part is things that I need to do every day, for my wellness. Number one, take my meds. Fuck, that one is, it's not a struggle for me to take my meds until I like move locations. I'm still trying to figure out like I'll be taking my meds so well for like weeks and then I'll like travel somewhere or like go stay with somebody for a weekend. All of that shit goes out to the door and I'm being nice to myself. I still haven't figured out how to solve that problem, but we'll get there. So things I need to do every day: take my meds, eat at least once, and shower, because like I said, when I start to feel down in the dumps, showering feels like fuck running a marathon. And then there's things I might need to do a few days a week. Go to the gym. I've been going to the gym like 3 days a week just because I think that it really helps give my emotions an outlet that's like other than crying, like just being able to move my body. I would like to get into like taking some pole dancing classes soon, or some dance classes. Swimming. The pool is finally back open here. There's a heated saltwater pool here. it's been doing wonders for my skin and for my hair too. And I just love being in that pool. So a few days a week, I go down there. I brought my floaty with me and I bring my speaker down there and I just have a great time. I'm usually in there alone. So I love it. And socialize. Still working on that one. I haven't been too good at socializing. The most socializing I do is when I go visit my babies in Beaumont. But I would like to be more social while I am here so I don't feel alone. Um, so early warning signs that I'm not doing great or I'm starting to fall down deep into the dumps is going to sleep later. I've been doing a pretty good job. I like going to sleep before midnight, which is a huge deal for me. As someone that used to go to sleep at 8 a.m. or stay up for 2, 3 days just because my mental health was that bad, I noticed that when I'm starting to go to sleep at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., that's when it's like, okay, babe, we're not doing great. Negative self-talk, that's, I think, the thing that I've been working on the most this month. And so when those negative things start to come up or I start speaking to myself like that again, I'm like, okay, we're veering off the path. And substance use, obviously. I've been so good. I need to applaud myself for a moment at like how well I've been at, not using substances to distract myself because I have acid and mushrooms here right now and I haven't done them once. Do you know how much self-control that is? I might do some shrooms today though and like lounge in the pool just to celebrate, I guess, a month of being in Edmonton and not myself because there have been many times that I wanted to. Or like another early warning sign is like just forgetting to eat. I won't eat until my head is hurting and I'm shaking. And so my early warning signs action plan, if I start to notice myself going to sleep later, I try to curate like a bedtime routine. iPhone has that whole wind down thing. I'll like put my phone a bit far away from me and I'll try to read a physical book before going to sleep and journal. And that's really the only thing I could think of. I do need to think of more signs to help me when I get them early warning signs that are more actions to help me with my early warning sign action plan. And some signs that things are breaking down, like I'm really not doing good, is forgetting to take my meds. Obviously, once I've gone like 3 days without taking meds, that's when the I want to kill myselfies come in. And I want to be able to live a life where I like don't feel like that. I think that would be great. Not showering is another sign. Oh my God, when I get depressed, the shower, it feels like going up a mountain. I think about it and I'm already tired. So I know I'm not doing well when I'm not showering. Isolating, that's another thing. I don't know. I do this thing where I'll be feeling like low and I want like connection. And I'm like, I know how to fix this. I'll isolate myself. Working on it, but if you don't hear from me from a little bit, just know that I'm probably not doing well. And when my space is dirty, I've noticed like in the past year, my space has been dirty a lot just because I've been doing a lot worse than I've let myself believe or let other people believe. But as I get better, I notice that it's easier for me to like even clean up as I go. Yeah, and then those are signs that things are breaking down. And my things are breaking down action plan is setting reminders for meds. Again, iPhone does have a thing that lets you set reminders for when to take your medication. I turned it off because I've been doing pretty good this year, but if I ever get to that space where it's like I just can't remember, that's going back up. And then for showering, to help me shower, I put my speaker in the bathroom. I've got this, I don't know where it is, this waterproof phone case that I bring in the shower with me so I can just do karaoke, and it helps me just be in the shower. And then I'll have a little playlist too. So those are like my things to break down action plan. And then signs that I need help from other. If I go days without sleeping, when the insomnia starts to hit, I need help. When I start abusing substances, I need help. When I start binge eating, I need help. And my help from others is I can go stay with Manuela because I always just feel like I'm at home with her. She's been my emergency contact since I was 16, so she's always the person that I reach out to when I need help. But just being around her family, which is my family too, helps take me out of the darkness. And then just calling on my community. I mean, now that I'm not like in the same city as most of my community, it's kind of hard because then I could just be like, come pick me up, and I'd go like stay over their house and we have a good time. But now I just really have to be intentional about setting time to make calls. And so that was the first part of a group therapy session. And then we made scented essential oil rollers. I made 4 of them. I can't remember what all of my scents are. One of them is bergamot and sandalwood. Another one is yang yang and white peach. And then I have one that's cedar with lemongrass, a hint of cinnamon, and cherry blossom. And then another one, I'll fucking forget, but I really enjoyed making these, and they smell so good. And essential oils are really good for like helping ground you. And then we had a mindful movement class where, you know, we were moving around with our foam rollers, everything. And then in the end, she just took out these balls and was like, let's just hit these with our foam rollers. So we made up a game called mindfulness ball. That's why I've coined it. And it was just really fun. I got hit in the face with the ball like twice, and I could not stop laughing. I don't remember the last time or if I've ever laughed that hard during like group therapy. I think today was like the first day where I felt, I don't know, just super present and not like conscious, like hyper conscious of like being in a group and being like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't act like this. I don't want people to judge me. So today felt like really good. And then I got a ride back to my place from one of the people in group with me, and we exchanged contact info so we can stay in contact, which will be really nice, even though she's like older than me, which I really like because she's like a Mima, but she's like a fun Mima. And so I'm excited about that. And I decided that I'm just going to find a bunch of Black History Month events to go to this month, because why not? Because what the fuck is there to do in Yellowknife for Black History Month? That $100 event that's the same every year. Yeah, but I went on the City of Edmonton's website and they seem to have a lot to do. So I'm going to try to make it out to this one tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'll make it. It's like at 11 a.m. and I'd have to leave here at 9 to get there. But it's like on Congolese culture, like a story time with some food. So I hope that I can make it. I'll Uber if I have to, but I've been Ubering way too much. And then there's like a melanin narratives next week. There's like some paint and sips or some dance classes. And I think that I might go to a Galentine's Day where we like do like positive affirmations, like we paint them on mirrors. So I think I'm just getting more excited about life, more involved and active in my own life. And so proud of myself for making it to, well, 16 days of filming, 15 days of constantly film. This is the most I have ever uploaded videos to YouTube, and people have been watching them, and I don't know who, because I only shared this with like 5 people, and I've like gained new subscribers. So love that to me. And thank you to my community for watching and commenting and supporting me, even though you're not physically here. I really appreciate it. And I don't know that I'd be able to go through this without you all. I'm about to start crying. So yes, that was day 15, maybe 16 of Celebrity Rehab. Chi by Chi.